Very good morning, viewers. Now, the Biden administration is rushing to send billions more in aid to Ukraine, with just 70 days left in office. As the clock ticks down, the Pentagon is scrambling to deliver weapons before the new administration takes over. More on this coming up in this report. Take a look.
The Biden administration is rushing to send $7.1 billion in aid to Ukraine before the end of President Biden's term. This includes $4.3 billion from the 2024 supplemental budget, along with $2.8 billion in Pentagon savings from recalculated weapon values. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin confirmed that the funds are already obligated, making them harder for the incoming administration to reverse. Pentagon Press Secretary Sabrina Singh emphasized that President Biden wants to exhaust every dollar allocated by Congress before leaving office, ensuring Ukraine receives the support it needs. Singh also confirmed that the US will continue sending weapons from its own reserves, but new systems will be produced under the Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative. While there are just under 70 days left in the current administration, Singh stated that the Pentagon is confident in delivering on the promised aid.
It is a short time, but it's also, just under 70 days. This department can do incredible work in that amount of time. The president made clear that, he wants to spend down the authority that Congress has allocated and authorized before he leaves office. So we're going to work very hard to make sure that happens. You've seen us roll out very large packages, from the beginning, and you've seen us roll out I'd say a range of packages on a pretty frequent basis, almost weekly. So I expect that for the next coming months of this administration, you're going to continue to see those packages draw down.
As the US replenishes its reserves, more military packages are expected to be sent to Ukraine. The Pentagon is focused on maintaining close communication with Ukrainian defense officials to ensure effective aid.
And they're continuing his string of appointments to key posts for his second administration. The US President-elect Donald Trump has nominated former Congressman Doug Collins to lead the Veterans Affairs Department in his new administration. Watch this report.
President-elect Donald Trump has chosen Doug Collins to run the Department of Veterans Affairs. Collins, an Air Force Reserve chaplain and military veteran, served in the U.S. House from 2013 to 2021. Collins was a leading Republican voice on the House Judiciary Committee, fiercely defending Trump during his first impeachment trial in 2019.
Amazing at best, hilarious I guess at worst, that we come to quote a solemn and amazing moment. We've been on this path since November 2016. This is not new. We've been trying this for almost 3 years if you're a majority member of this party. The only thing that has changed is the opportunity from last November when you became the majority. The only thing that changed in your desire to impeach this president was that you became the majority. And we have spent all year in this committee trying to impeach the president.
Trump's new cabinet selections include several prominent Republicans who defended him during the impeachment proceedings. Taking to his social media account on X, Trump announced that Doug would be a great advocate for veterans and military families. After his November 6 win, Trump has been swiftly rolling out cabinet nominations.
Moving on, viewers, the world's attention is turning to Peru as the 2024 APEC Economic Leaders Week is underway. On Friday, President Biden participated in the APEC leaders' informal dialogue with guests in Peru. The dialogue will likely lead to a work program that will focus on non-tariff measures, trade facilitation, and economic and technical cooperation related to the industry in the Asia-Pacific region. Take a look.
Leaders of Pacific Rim countries, including the US and China, gathered on Friday in Peru for an Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation meeting. The annual gathering brings together 21 economies that jointly account for almost two-thirds of global GDP and half the world's trade. Hosting the summit, Peruvian president called for stronger ties with the world's leading economies.
Como anfitrión de APEC, Perú reafirma y fortalece su compromiso con el empoderamiento de los ciudadanos de las economías APEC. Nuestro objetivo es nivelar el terreno, brindando a todos las herramientas necesarias para su inclusión en los espacios sociales.
Leaders and other representatives will now hold discussions with Peruvian president that will now focus on the need to promote inclusive growth and reduce informal labor. For the first time since last year's APEC forum, Biden will meet one-on-one with Chinese President Xi on Saturday. The US president will also hold talks amid heightened concerns about North Korea's growing military partnerships with Russia and its increased ballistic missile test. In this summit, he will press allies to keep up for support for Ukraine and persist in negotiating an end to war in the Middle East.